Appointment, Dick DeRocha. Dick has two issues he's going to cover, one being the 375th anniversary celebration, and the other, what's going on with wholesale power. So, Dick?
Thank you. Good evening. Congratulations, Michael. Dick DeRocha. I am chairman of the Hampton Energy Committee and chairman of Hampton Commission 375. As your chairman said, I will cover two issues tonight, one on the wholesale power project that we entered into last fall, and then but that's all financial stuff, and then into the Hampton 375 and where we are today and what's happening with that. So to begin, this curve, this graph, is a depiction of the total electric cost to the town through May. The top line up there, which I believe is blue, is the actual expenditures, total expenditures for 2012, and the red line is the budget, the total budget that we've set for 2013 for electrical costs. This data comes directly off Mike Schwartzer's monthly reports, financial reports. And obviously the shaded area is where we are year to date.
Wow.
On the total. Breaking down the total a little bit into some different categories. There actually is two separate cost categories or rate structures that we follow. The G1 rate structure is for large accounts, and that's our wastewater treatment plant. The G2 is for the smaller accounts, and we actually have 26 metered accounts in that category. Okay. The blue bar represents the year-to-date total expenditure on the G2 accounts, the red bar on G1, and the gray bar represents the actual year-to-date percentage, time percentage. It's how we're progressing through the year. These numbers again come off Mike Schwartzer's report, and the totals there include both the charge for supply and the charge for delivery. So it's the total cost. Okay, and you can see that the G2 account, the blue line, we're tracking pretty well as we move along through the year so far. We're a little bit over on the G1 account, and we'll cover that in a little bit more detail and give you some reasons for that. So those are tracking pretty well. If you remember right, with this program, we took the G2 accounts, those 26 metered accounts, we separated out the supply cost, and we entered into a 3-year fixed price agreement on the wholesale market for the supply. The delivery charge is what we pay to Unitil. That's regulated. That's not an open market. Let me show you what the G2 looks like. It's kind of hard to see, but basically the top line is Unitil's fixed price for supply. The second line, which is blue, and this is out through November, so they're projecting out through November. The second line down is is the price that we are paying in Integris Energy on our fixed price. So if you're looking at it number-wise, Unitil is projecting about 7.2 cents a kilowatt hour. And we bought in at 6.7 cents per kilowatt hour, fixed for the next 3 years. Okay. The wavy line is Unitil's price if you enter into an agreement with them based on market value. Okay. So, I mean, I think right there, I think we did a fairly good job with the G2 pricing. Yeah.
Why is it all over the place, Dick?
Well, you'll find electric pricing, and we'll cover more of that when we get into the G1 account, because that's really where it counts. Electric pricing changes every hour of every day.
Oh, my.
It really does. You can look at, I mean, I watch it when I'm watching the numbers for the G1 account, and I look through it, and what they call that pricing is a day-ahead LMP, which is local marginal pricing.
Oh, my.
But it does change every hour of every day. So once a month, toward the end of the month, I go through and look at 30 days worth, 24 hours, 30 days, and do an average and try to guess at what the day-ahead LMP is, because that's what affects our G1 rate.
Wow.
And I'll cover that a little bit more. So this is the G2 account. I think we're looking pretty good. We're holding nice, and we're making money on this, as opposed to staying with Unitil. Wastewater treatment plant, the electric costs. Again, this is total supply plus delivery for the wastewater treatment plant. Again, the blue line is the actual expenditure for 2012, and the red line is our budget. We are moving fairly well, toward maintaining our budget for the wastewater treatment plant. You'll notice that the expenditure year to date has started to flatten out, and I'll cover the reason for that. The G1 rate is made up of two parts. One is a fixed price, which is 1.749 cents per kilowatt hour, and the other is what I just mentioned, the day-ahead LMP. Okay, it's the market value, and it's what's happening to the market value. Okay? And you'll see, during the wintertime, the prices went up, and it's dropped back down total to about 5.9 cents a kilowatt hour right now. Let's compare that with Unitil. The blue line, or the blue bar, is Unitil's pricing on the G1 account on their variable market-based system. The red bar is what we paid for Integris. No, I got that backwards. I'm sorry. The blue bar is what we're paying, and the red bar is Unitil's pricing. So I want to compare with Unitil. Okay. And you'll notice that we're, over the last 3 months, we're really getting back into where we're actually making money on the G1 account. When we set up this market-based pricing, we made the decision that if the price looked like it was going to reach about 80% of the budget, I think the budgeted value was in the neighborhood of 13 cents a kilowatt hour. If it reached about 80% of the budget, we would convert this to a fixed price, as opposed to following the market. Okay? That line that goes across at the 8 cents is that 80% point. Okay? So, by rights, January, February time frame, we probably should have shifted over to a fixed price, but we made a decision to let's watch it, let's see what's going to happen. We knew the prices were going to come back down, and we also knew that Unitil would be having a price hike June, July time frame, in which they have. Unitil pricing has gone up, so it bears watching. I do watch it every month, and I get a report from Integris every month as to where we are and what we're spending. But overall, I think we're staying well within our budget, and I would think with this technique, we can probably. I expect that the budget committee to lower our estimates for what we're going to spend for next year. Any questions on electric
If
pricing?
you could take questions on this subject before you move on to the
Yeah, that's
questions.
Yes. Do we have a dollar amount, Dick, on what we are gaining from having extra power? You were selling the extra power, or didn't you say we have a benefit because we have power we're not using? can get sold back? I probably didn't phrase
no.
that very well.
No,
No?
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, Mary Louise, but
I thought if
I think what I was trying to indicate was that if we had stayed with Unitil, we would be paying a lot more money than
Oh,
what we're
okay.
paying. We are saving money.
Okay.
I think that's where the confusion might have come. Dick made a comment a couple of times, we're making money, reality, we're saving
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
as
we're
opposed to making
saving money.
Oh,
To me,
okay.
that's making money.
I was looking to see the nice pile that we're
Saving money is not a concept I'm used to, so
Oh, you spend it, or?
I don't.
Any other questions
we
for
do
Dick
that.
on the power?
Yeah, I would, you made a comment about the budget committee squeezing the budget. I think that that's probably a good idea all by itself, but I think I'd wait a year just to make sure we're heading in the right direction. Because
yeah.
if we have the money in the budget, we're okay. If we don't, that squeezes
Absolutely.
That squeezes everything
Well,
else.
yeah, Michael, on the G2 account,
Yeah,
I mean, on those 26, which includes the metered street lighting, it includes the police station, fire station, it includes this complex here. I'm being nice. And the expenditures here, that's fixed. We know, I think we can guess probably within 1% of our usage. And we know what the price is going to be, except on the supply side. What we don't know is what Unitil is going to charge. But they change their prices every 3 months. So for 3 months periods, we know what they're going to charge. So we should come pretty close. But I agree, we need a buffer in there, and we'll make sure there's a buffer in there.
thank you.
Yeah, we got plenty of data. So
I like to save money, but I'm, on one hand, don't be, what do they call the pound foolish and
Anyway.
Anyway,
wise?
pound
There you go. There you go.
anything else on this before we go into the 375?
I just want to say that it's amazing what's happened since the Energy Committee has been set up. Well, it really is pretty, it's been so productive
Yeah.
and so educational.
And the library.
I watch, right, I mean, a lot of stuff that I never even dreamed of. And you can,
It's an interesting business. It's an
Yeah.
interesting field. I mean, there's a lot you can look at. I mean, I'd love to do something with this building, but, as the manager and us looked at a couple of years ago, we got to replace all the windows, which is a very expensive project to do anything with this building. I think in September, we're going to start taking a very hard look at solar and where we can use solar in this town. And I don't mean large solar facilities, because they're still pretty expensive. I was at Portsmouth High School day before yesterday, and they've got a solar project going, and they've got solar panels in the lobby area of the auditorium that they've got on display. And sometime this fall, they'll start installing solar panels at the school. We're going to continue to push to do something like that. So,
thank you for your efforts,
Yeah.
because this is really intensive.
well, I think it's a fun area, and I mean I enjoy it. So it's a fun area. So.